Hello everyone and welcome to Resco webinar about Resco Mobile CRM's mapping possibilities. My name is Lucas Lesko and I am the support manager here at Resco and I will be your host for today. So here is our agenda for today. I will show you what to do with records, how to view them on a map, what are the prerequisites for records to be shown on a map, what are the out-of-the-box map features that are available for anyone, even using the free application. I will show you how to create a view where the mapping functionality is involved. So how to enable the GPS position field on a view, how to add map pin to a map, your custom map pin or even the standard one, and also how to create a dynamic kind of map pin, so map pin depending on a kind of value. Also, if you don't have GPS position for your records, I will show you how to use geocoding, that is a feature in Woodford, and how to add GPS position to your records that contains addresses. So, according to the map prerequisites, or what is needed for the mapping functionality to work in mobile application, in mobile CRM, these are that each record needs to have two fields, latitude and longitude, that contains the exact position of the record. For the map functionality to work, these fields need to end with latitude and longitude word, just like in the standard dynamic CRM accounts, contacts, or leads fields. So it's address 1 latitude, address 1 longitude. You can name them any way you want. You can create your own GPS fields, let's say new latitude, new longitude, and use them instead, or for your custom entities. What is important is that the field needs to be a floating point number type, and it needs to have precision at least for 5 decimal points. For the latitude, the minimum value is -90 and the maximum value is 90. And for the longitude field, the value needs to be between -180 and 180. Without these fields, the mapping functionality in our application will not work as you should expect it. So to get to the out-of-the-box mapping functionalities or map features, these are useful when you don't have GPS position for your records already, and your users go on site to the customer, to the accounts or contacts or any other record buildings or sites, and you want to create your own database of GPS position records. All the user needs to go is to go to the site where the actual record is based, and then he can use the update GPS functionality in our application, which adds a GPS position, to the record that is already opened, and this GPS position is taken from the device. So it takes the GPS position of the exact device's position. Of course, it needs to be the GPS needs to be enabled, and the GPS position needs to be available. Then there is also a possibility that when a user, for example, creates a new record on site and wants to don't want to enter the address manually, he can use the feature update address that automatically checks the GPS position, and according to GPS position, it also checks the address of the current location and enters this location to default fields. These fields need to be exactly what is in the presentation. So if you have any other fields or your custom fields or in custom entities, this will not work so far. But we are preparing an update for this, so you can, let's say, decide what fields will be used. Then there is an option to navigate to. This means that if the GPS position, if the record has a GPS position, user can easily navigate to this site, to this position. So the default navigation application will be launched, and the record will be set as destination, and the current location will be set as start. For this, it depends on the platform of the device. So if you are using a Windows device, you will use Bing Map. If you use an Android, you will use the Android Maps or Google Maps. And if you use iOS, running iOS 6 and old or later, it's the Apple Maps. And if you don't want users to add a GPS position manually, and you want to help them out, or you want to create it automatically, it is possible to set a rule in Woodford and use a step that sets the current GPS position with the defined precision and age automatically. I will not be showing this today. I just wanted you to know that. And if you will have any further questions, just let me know, either using the messenger or via email. So let me now show you how to work with the mobile application and this out-of-the-box functionality. So I will just start Air server on my device, and you should be able to see my device right now. Okay. So here is my iPad, and what you are probably familiar with is the map, the global map that shows all the records that are near the current location, where you can zoom out or zoom in, pan across, and of course select a record and show more information about this record as well. By default, you can see accounts, contacts, and leads. Accounts are red, contacts are green, and leads are yellow. You can of course turn on or turn off what you want to see. So let's say I only want to see accounts. It's really simple. And now only accounts are visible. So this is something similar is also possible on a specific entities. So let's say I am on account and I want to go to Resco headquarters. I can see the information about this record, and now you can see there is an address tab that I can go onto, and it already contains an address. If you want, and of course you can see that latitude and longitude fields are empty. Now if you want to have this GPS position of this record and you are on site as I am now, just go to the upper right corner of the application where is the command section, and now you can see there are two options: to update GPS and to update address. Because the address is already available, I will now just show you how to update the GPS. So hit update GPS, and after a few seconds the position will be shown on the form. Right. So now we have the GPS position of the record, and it will be shown also on the map. Later on I will show you that. And now you have the ability to update to navigate to. So the navigate to is only available when the GPS position of the record is available as well. So I will just show you out. It opens the application, but of course I am on the same place as the destination, so it's really a weird one. So just turn it off and go back to the application. Okay, let me go back to the presentation. So hope this was clear enough, and let me just go on and tell you more about the possibilities of a view, how you can create your custom pins, how to create some kind of dynamic pins that where the pin are different according to some value. So let me start with basics. So to be able to work with GPS position or with the pins themselves, you need to of course have the longitude and latitude fields for this entity enabled. Then you need to go to the view and create a map pin or just use the default one. So as soon as the entity has the latitude and longitude fields and you enable them, you don't need to do anything else if you want just to have the default pin that were shown previously on the, for example, global map or on the view. So you don't need to have anything else edited, just enable these fields and users will be able to switch a view to see the map. Then there is a possibility to set up a custom static map pin. So each record on the view will have the same pin. And also there is a possibility to have the custom dynamic map pin that, as I said, will be changed according to its data. It is also possible to use parent's GPS position. So if you have a child record, let's say a phone call or appointment that doesn't have the latitude and longitude fields, you can add the parent, let's say, account GPS position fields to be available for this appointment or phone call view. And so you will see the appointments or phone calls on the map, just like you will see their accounts. And of course, it is possible to add a custom view that you just will customize to add it on the global map, so you don't have to use the default views. You can use your own view with your own filter, with your own setup, and with your own custom map pins. Let me go back to Woodford. So first of all, as I said, we need to go to the field options to make sure that latitude and longitude fields are both enabled so that the GPS functionality will work as it should be. So as I said, if you don't have any other field set up, any other view with the map pin set up, you will just use the default pins that I will just switch to the application to show you. Okay, there it is. So I will just repeat what I was doing. So I'm on the default view where I have no map pin set up, and when I hit the position button or command, the view will be switched to a map so that I can see all the records around. So these are the default pins. I don't need to do anything about them. They will just be shown if the latitude and longitude fields are enabled. So I will switch to Woodford and show you something more. So I have few views predefined. So I will go to this one. It's a simple new view without any custom features. And I want to have my own custom static map pin available for this view. So I will go to add map pin. And as you can see, a default blue pin from controls will be used as a picture. I will now just change the name of the pin to gray so that I don't want to use a default blue one, I want to use a default gray. There are 4 available colors. There is red, there is gray, there is blue, and there is yellow. And I think green as well, so 5, sorry. So 5 colors available. And all I need to do now is to save and close. And I want to show you where these pictures are stored. So I will go to images. And I will now go to the controls. and you can see the pins right here. So these 5 colors are available by default without any need to add your own one. So you can use this one. Or I will just show you how it looks like on the application. So I need to publish these changes. And synchronize the application. So now I will go back to accounts and change to the accounts with custom static map pin. And as you can see, we have all the pins gray. So this is how you can change the static pin. You can of course upload your own custom pictures, custom graphics, and use this approach to change the way the default pins will be shown. Okay, so the next one is how to create your own custom pins based on specific value. So first of all, I will go to third view that I have prepared. There is nothing other than the relationship type that is added on the view, so that I can see the type of account I have in my company. And now I want to add this relationship type to the map pins definition. So according to the relationship type, I want to see different map pins on the map or on the view. So what I need to do now is to add a map pin. You can see that the constant is there, but now I want to change it to a raw value. I will explain it. The relationship type is an option set, and the option set has a value and a number, a raw value. So because the value can have spaces or specific characters, it is better to use the raw value that is represented by a number, because I will later add a custom pin to each value that I want to show on the map. So if there will be any space in the name, I will not be able to add a custom map pin because of the space. So in this case, I will use a raw value. But if you want to specify it for a string that is only one word, or an option set that is only one word, you can also use the value. It doesn't make a difference. So I will set the value, and now I need to specify which field will be mapped for the pin. So I want to choose the relationship type, and there it is. So the next step is to specify a style that will be used for this pin. It is because I want to store my pins to a different place, to a specific folder of my own, where I can add different pins later on and use them for different views. To do so, I need to go to image cell style and to add a new one, a new style that I will now rename as pins. And as a folder, I want to use a map pins folder. It is also needed to enter a format string, because now I will define that the picture that I want to use will be stored in the map pins folder, and it will have a value. So this represents the value of the field itself. It's a those that are familiar with programming, it's the first item of a string list. And of course PNG as a field, as a type of the file. Sorry. So saving close, and now I need to set the style to pins, so that for this specific field, specific pins will be used. Okay, so just save and close. And now I need to go to images to upload my custom pins, my custom images. And there it is. So because I specified a new folder, you need to create a new directory. As you can see, I already have map pins available, so I will just show you how to do that. So just enter the name of the folder that you want to create and hit create. And now I will show you what's inside my map pins. I already have options for 2 values of the option set already uploaded to save time. So I will just add a new pin. So I need to specify the directory where I want to store these images. So it's map pins. You need to specify the platform. So MonoTouch is for iOS, MonoDroid is for Android, and others are comprehensible, I believe. And in the future version, there will be a small change that this platform dependence will not be by default. So you just need to upload one picture that will be used across all platforms, unless you define so. So the DPI, this is for the high resolution, as I have here with me, the iPad, and the name will be, in my case, 8. So the 3 is a customer, 5 is partner, and 8 is a prospect, just for you to know. And I will now add an image, and I want the purple one to be for this kind of account. So I have my so far my 3 images available. Now I just save changes. Wait for the save, publish project. And when it will be published, I can synchronize my application to see if I did everything right. So finger crossed. So it's synchronizing, it downloads the new project to all the changes and attachment or the pictures I uploaded. So now go to account and change the view to accounts by relationship. And when I switch to map, I should see, yes, hooray, I can see my specific relationship type pins. So the purple one is prospect, red one is partner, and the gray one is customer. So this is how you can have dynamic pins available for your views. And now I will show you how to have this on the global map, because you don't want to see the default standard pin, you want to see these ones, so you know what kind of accounts or partners or customers are near you. So let's go back to Woodford and section global maps. This is what we are looking for. I will use the default map that is available, and you now just need to do is to change the default account view to our accounts by relationship. But of course you can have multiple views from the same entity or different ones, so I will also leave the default there as well. And now again, save and close, publish and synchronize. So let's go to the global map. And you can see, okay, just a moment, and you can see that there is a bit of a mess. So I will just turn off contact leads and accounts, all the default views, and you can see that our custom-made account view is now available also on the global map. Okay, so in case you don't have GPS position and you have a lot of records on your CRM and having users to go on each site and to update GPS position using the application or edit all the forms to have it automatically updated, it's not an option for you. It's also possible to use geocoding in Woodford. It can translate all the addresses to GPS positions using the Bing map key. So all your historical data can be switched to a GPS position from the address. To get a Bing map key, you need to log into bingmapsportal.com. You just need your live ID and create an account there as well. And under my account, there is an option to generate keys. And to create one, you can use the template that is in the picture. So the application name is Woodford and the application URL is our website, or you can use your own CRM web URL. The key type, I use trial. If you already have Bing Map as purchased, you can use your own one. And the application type, not for profit. The trial limit is 10,000 transactions per key. So if you have any problem with geocoding and you already did some translations, it's possible that you already used all of them, so you need to create a new one, a new trial key. And to be able to correctly translate addresses to GPS, you need to have a valid and complete address so that the address will be recognized by the Bing Map service and the GPS will be returned. And you will load your CRM records to Woodford and process them and then save changes directly to CRM. So there is nothing to be stored in Woodford or anywhere else. It's just used as a media. So back to Woodford. And now I will go back to the default Woodford screen. And you can see there is geocoding available. So how to work with how to work with geocoder? First, you need to select the entity that you want to geocode, that you want to translate the addresses. So I will start with account. Now you need to map all the address fields to those that are here as street, city, state, postal code, country, latitude, and longitude. If you use default, you can leave them as they are, as I'm now. Or if you have your own custom entity with your own custom fields, you just need to select which field is street, which field is city, etc. It is also possible, if you have a lot of records, it's also possible to use filter by. This is also useful if you have some records with GPS position, some without. So I created a personal view. I'm an administrator, so I can see them here as a saved view. Account without GPS position. So I will use it as well. Now you need to enter the Bing Map key. I will just paste it there. And well, this is not required for the fetch data because it only uses the CRM, but it is needed for the next steps. So here are my accounts without GPS position. It's possible that you will have more of them, like hundreds or thousands probably. It's better to divide them into smaller groups so that you will know which one failed and which to correct. So in my case, I will select all of them and now use the find position. It will now ask the Bing Map service for the GPS position. Okay, now you can see that there are two groups, green and red. Green are those that are correct, the address is valid, and the latitude longitude fields are available without any problem. For the red ones, you need to be careful because it's possible that one of the addresses fields may not be correct, or there was some other issue with the Bing Map service that it cannot return the valid or the correct value. In most cases, it's just a glitch where all the fields are correct and everything is okay. It's just that the service reported us that it's something wrong. So if there is latitude longitude available, you can just use the eye for the detail to see if it really is on the correct place that it needs to be. So in this case, probably it's not because there is some kind of desert. So you can just drag the pin across the map and set the correct position of the account. And you can use either update address here or just confirm the change and find the address for this specific record, and the address was updated. So now you need to select them back all and save changes, and now all your latitude and longitude fields are updated on the CRM. So I can now show you that all the records have been updated as well, so I should see some few more records on the application. So just a second, I will show you the iPad. And you should be able to see more accounts available here. So there is much more pins that were before.